Oh shit, what up? Kind of jumped the gun on that one. What's up? 5 stream streak. You're a streaker. I knew it. I battered them in flour, garlic powder, and black pepper, and then fried them in butter and put some lime on them. Oh, baby. That sounds delicious. Got him. Oh, man. I can't remember the last time I had trout. But that's awesome. Oh, man. Yeah, I think the chat box size is okay. Hell yeah. Got to show them battle buddies some love. We'll put the chat right here next to me, actually. We'll put you right there. Oh, nice. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm getting torn around with work. Getting kind of fed up. I don't appreciate being thrown around like Mr. Bill. That's an old SNL reference. If you get that, you have gray hair. Like me. Y'all remember Mr. Bill? Oh no, Mr. Bill. You remember that? Empty beer can. You remember that, right? Where like a little rag doll got like blown up and set on fire and thrown through a window. And he's just always like, oh no. No, I'm not talking to you, future waifu. You just got out of the car seat. Way, way, way back in the day. Yeah, see, empty beer can knows. I feel like I'm Mr. Bill right now with work. So there won't be a Wednesday or Thursday stream. There might be a Friday stream. But yeah, it looks like I thought I was just going to stay because I thought I was going to go to Houston all next week. But they actually want me there for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. And the meeting I had planned with a reputable company has been shelved, and so now they want me to do other stuff. But we're going to make the most of it, you know? We're going to make the most of it. I've been thinking about the shoe bill, and I've been thinking about why the mallard works, but the shoe bill doesn't. And I feel like if we take what we've learned from the mallard and apply it to the shoe bill, I think we can make it work. So, I mean, by itself, let's see. So let's just do a weight test of the mallard. What did we do? What did we use for weight? We used a jumbo orange tank. Right. We had this. And then we had a full ore tank, right? That was our tolerances for weight. I don't know what that is in mass, but I can assure you it's a lot. And it's probably more than what is needed. However, we built things until failure. So if this is full of ore, we got 52 tons with 2 sets of wheels. Or 4 sets of wheels. I can't math. But that's essentially what we're working with. And the center of lift is a little far back. I'm pretty sure we can just adjust that if we just do that, right? And you see how the arrow is pointed up this time. Some root beer. Oh yeah, that's right. Root beer's good. What brand of root beer? That's very important. What brand of root beer? A&W? You got the... I don't know what other brands are there. I know there's a bunch of like small ones. There's one with a dog on it. Virgil's. Yeah, Virgil's. I've had that before. They sell that here. It's pretty good. I'm really particular about my root beer. It's got to be good root beer. It can't be A&W. I'm not a fan of A&W just because it tastes so thin and so light. Like I want a drink that also acts as a mouthwash. That's how refreshing it is. And it's also like gingery, you know? I don't know. I'm the same with like ginger beer or ginger ale. I gotta have it real gingery. Like Schweppes is good, but Schweppes also is good for... I think Schweppes is better than Canada Dry, for sure. Canada Dry is a little too sweet, but Schweppes hits the spot. And makes a really good ginger whisker. Whiskey ginger. That's what it is. Anyway, so let's fly the Mallard with the tonnage that the shoe bill will carry. And I'm not really worried about Kerbals. This is just a test. Actually, yeah, that's okay, fine. This is just a test. We're doing this on the test save, so we don't fuck up the other stuff that we have if we miss like a rendezvous or whatever. I really want to see how this performs with... Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. I forgot to strap it down. That would have been catastrophic. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, put some struts in here. So there, let's just put them right there. That's fine. It doesn't matter. As long as it's there. Save, launch. Okay. Let's see if we can get into orbit with just the Mallard. Boingy, boingy, boingy. The Mallard looking sexy as always. The tried and true behemoth. The workhorse. The village bicycle. The old Corolla that delivers pizza 10 minutes before it was supposed to be scheduled. This is the baddie right here. Let's see if we can get off this runway. Really slow. Not looking good. Maybe it's just the weight. We're not going nearly as fast. I don't think we're going to make it off this runway. We did, surprisingly. But we're not going up. We're not going to space. I think the issue must be our weight. I think we're just overweight limit on this realized gains. I think a holding tank is gonna the ore tank is too big. Too much weight. So if we cut it in half, it's still going to be a problem. The ore tank itself weighs 2 tons. The orange tank is 4. No, wait. Is it 2 tons? It's 2 tons, but it doesn't give me Jiminy Christmas. No. Or. So it's 52K. We can get to space with what I think is the biggest payload that we've sent. Oh, and I don't have it as a subassembly. Okay. Save. What did we build? Catamaran drone was pretty big. The Sparrow was pretty big as well, but the Sparrow could fit in the payload bay. How much does the Sparrow weigh? That's a question of the century. Sparrow weighs 13 tons. Okay. Okay, that's 13 tons. What about the Catamaran drone? 16 tons. All right, all right. Now, I think this is the biggest thing that we were able to launch from the Mallard. If we can do 20 tons, let's say, I think that'll be a keeper. So how I'm going to do that as a test is I'm going to pull up the ore again. We're going to do this guy. So with the empty tank, 16,600. What if this was full? 19,600. Okay. Let's do 2 of those. And this one's only going to be 60. 2,700. All right, can we drop that down a little bit? 2,400, and then nothing is, yeah, okay, so 20 tons. If we can somehow put 20 tons into low Kerbin orbit, I think I'll be satisfied. So that's just going to be a test. Mallard test weight drone. Save. And we're going to move this into our sub-assemblies like we always do. Mallard test weight. Okay. So new, don't save. Open the Mallard. And we're going to throw this bad boy in the cargo hold. Boom. Right? It does fit. It has the distance tolerances. We can probably do without that piece, just because it's not necessary for the test. And the engine bell does not touch the back. That's good. And that's all good there. Okay, cool. So now we'll strut it up. We're going to strut it up. We're going to strut it up right back here. And we'll throw it right there. And we'll put it right there. Okay, that way it's not going to wobble out of the payload bay and cause havoc. But that's 20 tons, so that's a little bit heavier than the drone that we sent up to the Crested Caracara catamaran. Still working on my double cargo bag. I ain't doing so bad. I just went to the side quest though and made a subsonic airliner. Yeah. Or what about an airliner that can make 30K feet or 30K meters that can launch whatever you're flying into the atmosphere? Because at 30K, if you have a big enough engine, you can really cover some ground. All right. Oh my God. My apartment is infested by little black bugs. They look like ants, but they're really tiny. Kind of like fleas, but they have 6 legs and they crawl around. And they come out of my faucet. See, this is much faster. I think 20K is at least the limit for this guy. I don't know. Well, 20K has to be the minimum for the shoe bill, right? It has to be the minimum. All right, so roll, hold, engage. We're still increasing speed. Our pitch is at 10 degrees. We're going to get up to about 1,000 meters, and then we'll pitch down to 6 degrees. A B-52 style thingy with that rocket plane NASA did. Yeah, the X-15. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't see a whole lot of those, so I think you're onto something. All right, we're at 1,000. Let's drop it down to, let's say 7 degrees. I think 7's the magic number for us anyway. And look at that. The wings don't snap off. Incredible. There we go. 6.5. Yeah, we'll do that. So 6.5 degrees. We're flying. We're flying. We are increasing our vertical speed. It's at 13 meters per second and climbing. 14 now. Looks like we're gonna pass Mach 1 easily. We already got the shock cone. I'm not. There's got to be something with the alligator cargo bay piece that it's not sticking. We built it wrong. I think I've been thinking about it today. I think we need to put something. So we need to limit the size of our cargo bay and put something in front of those alligator jaws to make it, 1, look cool, and 2, probably add a little bit more fuel, make it more functional. Space planes. But we're still increasing in speed. We just passed 400 meters per second. This nose cap. Damn, I wish I could recolor it, but it's there. I think the alligator does like facing forward. I think it does too, or doesn't like facing forward. Yeah. I was hoping that it would give us like a natural lift, but I think it looks too cool, so we have to use it. That's a design challenge. My engineer brain, even though I am not an engineer by any stretch of the imagination, my engineer brain says that the design constraint is you have to have the alligator facing forward. Because it looks cool. And the next design challenge, or the next design thing that is non-negotiable design is you got to be able to at least carry 20 tons. Like that's the minimum. If you can do that, then we can bump it up a little bit. Because right now the Mallard can carry 20 tons. This is the heaviest thing that I put on a space plane ever. And we're getting hot traveling at Mach 3 at 11K. Hey, potato lover, what's going on, my man? How you doing? I too am a lover of potatoes. We have that in common. I'm an engineer, and per the book, rule of cool trumps everything. Yes. The rule of cool applies in more ways than you think. Rule of cool is everything. All right, so we're spooling down. We're going to turn the RCS on. 1230, that's a little low. It's not ideal, but I'll take it. It's probably because we're pitched up a little high. I bet you if I pitch down some, it'll help. Still slowing down. I think we'll kick over probably about now anyway. So there we go. And we're burning. We're burning. We're burning. I think I can turn this down ever so slightly. There we go. All right, 29K. We can start to pitch up now. Now that we've passed 1,500, we're about to approach 1,600 meters per second. But imagine building a space plane and your wings don't snap off. Isn't that awesome? I have no idea why my wings were snapping. We even added struts, and yet the wings were continuously snapping off and killing everybody. Maybe it's the type of wings that we used, but that's not true because we have another space plane that uses those kinds of wings. The Heron uses the 3 times long wings, and they don't snap off. All right, 80K, 90K. Let's do 150. Let's push it. Perfect. All right, prograde. Turn off control surfaces. Fun fact, if you leave your control surfaces flapping around while you're still in the atmosphere, it's actually going to produce more drag because you're moving them. But if they're straight and you follow the prograde, Your apoapsis is going to stay relatively the same. It's still going to go down, obviously, but it's not going to go down nearly as fast or as much. And look at that. It's a hemisphere. Like it's a semicircle. So it's a really good flight path so far. We'll just bump that up right about there. That's 150 by 148. That's good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we've got 1579 meters per second of delta V to play with. I think this button, yeah. What is that? Was this engine on? Hold on. Was this engine on the whole time? Oh my God, it was. Okay. Well, now we have to do it again. We have to do it again because we're not actually taking 20 tons to orbit because you've burned it all off. You silly sausage. Why is that even up there? Put it down here. And we should make sure that this Clampetron is not using any of this fuel. We gotta make sure that's all done. All right, good. The monoprop, yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Because it was burning fuel, thus we were... No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We have to do this right. All right, get ready for the prison bars. Prison bars, pitch up. Gear up. Aircraft autopilot. Roll, hold, engage. And we're going to try our darndest to hold that 10-degree pitch. No, come on. Don't be a willy. 7.5, fine. You're the mighty duck here, Mallard. Probably drop it down a bit. Ooh, that was a lot. 6 degrees. I'll take it. I'm not going to say no. Between 7 and 6 degrees. How are we on speed? Speed's good. Nope. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I say 7 and 6. You can't. Nope. Nope. I don't understand that joke. I don't know why it's popular. There's no reason for it. There's no meaning behind it. 6'9" makes sense. 6'9" has a lot of cultural significance. I don't know what the other one is. I think it was made by children for children. And I am an adult man who laughs at 69. And 420. It's nice. All right, speed's good. Doing about 2 times the speed of sound. Should be getting some atmospheric heating here pretty soon. What's our pitch? 13? We can definitely go a little bit lower. I don't want to go more than 10. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be able to stream tomorrow either because I'll be traveling after work. So I'm going to try and get as much done as I can today, and then when I come home on Friday, depending on how the week went, we'll probably do a stream then. Probably do one on Friday. I'm not sure if it'll be Kerbal though. It might be some other game, or maybe I'll just ruminate on this space plane because I can't get it to work, and then I'll think of something crazy when I'm drunk or something. I don't know. $15 pitch is kind of sick. We can already hear everything spooled down. So we're going to turn on the RCS. Again, 7 degrees. We're going to try and get as much juice out of that engine as we can. I'm hoping it's going to switch over naturally. We are going a lot faster this time. All right, let's do it. Lost a little bit of speed. I was really hoping that it was going to kick over, but I think it's going to do it at like 30K or 29K or something. Which isn't bad. I mean, we got up to, what, 26,000 meters? And at a speed of roughly 1250 to 1300. So it's a little bit of a inefficiency from our second biggest payload, but right now, I mean, 20 tons. That's impressive on its own 2 legs, you know? But I'm gonna hold it. Let's pitch it up a little bit more. Let's do 25. 25 degrees sounds fun. Oh, shit. $26, $27. Okay. Apoapsis, 50K now. Again, we're going to push it to the limit, so we're going to push it all the way to 150. But that does open up a lot of possibilities for the mallard. Like, we're not going to exclusively use the shoe bill once it's finished for some of these launches. We could easily do it with a smaller payload, like a relay satellite or something. All right, prograde. Yeah. 20 tons ain't bad. I don't know. There's this one guy that comes in and just shits on everything and then leaves. I keep thinking about him sometimes. I'm not going to say his username because I don't want to give him. I don't want to blast him like that, but come on, man. Let people play the game how they want. If I want to build space planes, I'm going to build a fucking space plane. And I'm going to make it work. And it's working. God, I hate that. I hate it when people shit on other people's, like, work. Like, criticism is one thing. I do like criticism because then it gives you a different perspective and how you can improve. But if you're just going to come in and say, oh, what's the tonnage? You didn't do the math right. You didn't do it the way I wanted you to. You're not placing this right. This is going to cause too much drag. Shut up. How are you going to solve the problem? Like, how do you go up to somebody and say you're doing this wrong and then not give a solution to how it, or give a different perspective on how it could work differently? Like, that's what I look forward to. I love being wrong because that means I get to know the right answer. But if you just come in and shit on somebody's stuff just because you want to, you're just an asshole. Yeah, I like constructive criticism. I like where people tell me where I can improve on things because that makes me a better person overall. Hey, it's Beetle Rock. What's going on? Fancy meeting you here in a place like this. I hope you caught like half of that. But it's like there's a difference between constructive criticism and then somebody just being a jerk. And I hate jerks. I go out of my way to make fun of jerks in public. That's probably why I don't have many friends. Been lurking for a minute just playing guitar. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is it an electric or an acoustic? What you been jamming to? I think you're the one who turned me on to this Truck Fighters. Or was it Future Waifu? Was it Future Waifu who was turning me on to Truck Fighters? Because we've been jamming. They rock. I'm going to listen to them all day tomorrow. They're the kind of sound that I've been looking for. It's like it's not too psychedelic, but it's not too garage punky. It's really melodic. I like it. Ah, nice. Oh yeah, we're jamming to them right now. Yeah, it's like, oh man, this is definitely my kind of music. Because ever since King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard took themselves off Spotify because they think they're holier than thou, I've been lost. I've been jamming out to a lot of 70s Southern rock. Like Def Leppard and fucking damn it. I mean, Jimi Hendrix, obviously. The Greats, obviously. Jethro Tull. I've been jamming out to Jethro Tull. I've been jamming out to CCR, Rolling Stones. The Who. I'm looking at it right now. Kinks. Sabbath, Alice Cooper, Alice in Chains. I've been on a roll. Live? Oh, that's what I like to hear. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see when they're coming to Austin next. If they come to Austin at all. Oh, and there's this other band that I really like. If you're like a guitar nerd, I don't play guitar, but I like math rock. um, but I really like this band. I think it's like a Scandinavian band. They're called Halas, Haalas, I think. Oh man, somebody turned me on to those guys, and they were wicked. I like them. Star Rider. It's so good. Top 5 concerts? Oh, hell yeah. I definitely got to check them out when they're in town. They got to come to Austin eventually. Austin's the live music capital of the world. They have to tour here. This is like one of the stops. If you're a so-called master musician, you got to come to Austin. Sweden? Ah. Damn. They're not there yet. That's okay. They'll get there. All right, we got about 30 seconds till I burn. Yeah, who else have I been listening to? I don't know. Today, because it was raining and I was in a mood, I was listening to a lot of like detective music. Oh shit. So like detective jazz, slow jazz, speakeasy jazz, jazz noir, a little bit of acid jazz. I think it's I don't know how to spell it, but the band is Halas. Oh, sick. He fights trucks. All right, so we just put 20 tons into low Kerbin orbit. If the Mallard can do it, then the Shoebill should be able to do it. As a minimum. Okay. Okay. I gotta think. I gotta look at this thing for a sec. What makes it the Mallard, and how can I improve upon it and make it bigger? Nice. Like, the inline cockpit is one thing. I kind of want to just take this wing off. David Lee Roth doing splits in the air. Oh, nice. Kind of reminds me of like a P-Lander Z. You ever see P-Lander Z live? P-Lander Z rocks. All right. Let's work on this. Let's work on this. Let's put an engine mount back here. I feel like we can make it that much longer and put something in between here. I think maybe if we block this off, we could do something with it. We could definitely do something with this. So okay. Let's put some fuel up here. Oh. Oh, you don't like that? You don't like that? Why don't you like that? It's because this floating guy is here. Or maybe I can put, actually, I want to put the monoprop tank in the front. And the fuel tank in the back. There we go. Makes you feel a little bit better. And that will be gray. And that blue, we'll make it red. Why not? I like it. It kind of looks like Star Wars meets some 70s sci-fi meets space shuttle. I'm digging the color. That's why I don't want to let it go. I really like how it looks. We could probably move those landing legs a little farther forward too. Like there. And probably a little bit wider. Maybe like that. Maybe smidgen. There we go. Nice and wide. Yeah, we'll just leave the wings like that. We'll probably fill those with fuel for fun. Monoprop 1050 is good. We're going to keep all that liquid fuel and oxidizer in the back. And then up here is where all the magic happens. And I want to put, see, 1.82 plus pass. 1.9. So this is actually lighter. What if I did this? Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, 1.7. But I can't recolor that, can I? It's not a part of the recoloring GUI. That might. That can hold liquid fuel, huh? Okay. So what if I did that? And then I did me one of these. And then we move it on up. Right, like we had it. Still kind of sticking through, but we can just move that back some. No biggie. Maybe even a little bit farther forward. Can we get away with? We can get away with that. A good fuel and oxidizer, yes. Oh, there's a raised version? Ooh. Ew. Can I color it? No. Well, I don't want it. I can color these ones, though. I mean, that's kind of what I had before. What about the long one? That's better, I think. So this is going to be, we're going to do dark gray. We're going to make it shiny, metallic. it some detail. Maybe not as shiny. There we go. Beige. Pump up the detail. Actually, no, not beige. Dark gray. Detail. Specular. Metallic. That blue, we decided on the gold. A little bit more detail, a little less metal. Maybe a little less. Yeah, there we go. It's not too shiny. All right, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick looking. Save it. Now let's think. Let us think. Yeah, and of course I'll probably put something back here to cover up that hump, but that's not my concern right now. Remember, 20 tons. So this is 4. I drop that down to like, let's see. There, I think. Where's our center of mass? I kind of want it to be like more in the center. I think it's all right for now. We still haven't added any of the engines. Just monoprop mass. I think that's okay too. You know, the Mallard did have this double wing design. I wonder if that's going to work on this one as well. The Mallard was technically a biplane of how I split the wings, and that's just because the physics of the game doesn't like real physics. So I wonder if I can do this. Maybe even ring it a little bit. Obviously, I'll be able to adjust that and all this other stuff. I just want to freaking do this. So probably like that. Right, that's how we had it on the Mallard. I'm thinking that's going to help. It still says we're down. And that's up. I don't know why. Hold on. I'm going to Google something. I don't know why. Oh. Okay. So I found a solution to our problem that created another problem. The reason why this is down is because, honestly, we have too much drag. This cargo ramp, in all of its wisdom, facing this way, in my brain, I thought, oh, air pushes this way. That means it's going to naturally push the nose up, right? And normally you would be correct. However, Kerbal Space Program has made this to where most people will put this in the back of their space plane and not the front. So this is actually going to induce more drag. This thing is just a drag queen. But we have to make it work. We have to make it work. And what I want to do is actually, I want to move these up just a bit and then rotate them out like that. Okay. And obviously these will be filled with liquid fuel. See where I'm going with this? Yeah. So in real life, it would be pushing itself up because of this angle and the surface area and all that jazz. But the game doesn't think like that. The game thinks that it's backwards and upside down. So if I, let's say, get rotated, idiot. Look at that. It's up now. So the game wants this thing, we have to, hang on. That still looks kind of cool. I don't know. Future waifu, what do you think? Resident Air Force engineer, what do you think? Does this look cool so far? Or should we try it the other way? My fellow American. What are your thoughts? It does kind of look dope. It does look kind of dope. It kind of, I mean, looking at the shoe bill, let's see, where's the shoe bill picture? I get it, you know. It works. It works. I think we'll make this work. So how are we going to do that? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take that and just get rid of that. We can get rid of this. Then we can move this up. Then I gotta somehow hide that piece. How am I gonna hide that piece? What can we use? Maybe a scoop? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. The rule of cool applies. Oh, fuck. The rule of cool. Hold on, maybe. No, the other one. Oh, yeah. Let's hide that green. Okay. That looks dope. The rule of cool. I can compromise with that. That looks sick. Looks pretty freaking sick. Yes. We can't do the talking alligator anymore, but I don't know. Still pretty cool. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Center of mass. What about center of thrust? Let's get some Rapier engines in here. All right. Okay. Tuck them in. Tuck them into bed. So that's 3 off the bat. 3 out of the gate. One big old scoop. 3 engines. Huh. Obviously, I think we'll need some of these. Probably just... What the hell? What the hell? Okay, I like it. Fill that with fuel. Put some elevators on it. Give me some D's nuts and some of D's nuts. Got 'em. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Three inches isn't going to be enough, but I have an idea. All right, now something silly. Get my silly brain activated. Get silly with it. Oh, it's so close. So close for being maximum silly and cool. We're approaching the limit. We're approaching the limit of what's possible for silly and cool to be in the same place at the same time. (5,696 meters per second) is nowhere near where we need to be. But it does look cool. Let's save it. Yeah, looking cool. It is. The silly and cool collaboration is it's reaching critical mass. Hold on. Whose car is beeping outside? So, for my next trick, the tricoupler. If I can squeeze it in here. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not done. Don't hold it. Hold your comments. I'm not done. I know what you're thinking. Don't say it. Don't. I can hear you typing. Don't do it. Don't. Don't say shit. He's cooking. Let him cook. Okay, it looks pretty sick so far. Now we're into the sictitude. The sick factor. We're traveling at Mach sick. Just thinking about the mallard. And I think we got a keeper. Hey, Comrade Casanova, what's going on? Oh yeah, we're into the spicy pizza business. You want extra jalapenos? Fuck it. We'll give you 3 times as many jalapenos that you asked for. Alright, what's the full deployment of this? That's too much. Can we get away with 50? Fun fact, we can. We can indeed. 9, count them, 9 Rapier engines. Oh, damn. But yeah, what's going on, Comrade Casanova? We're building space planes, and space planes is our business. We deliver pizza to space stations anywhere. As long as you sign the waiver. You did sign the waiver, right? All right, what's our thrust? What's all this looking like? Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's great. Oh my God, I'm a steely-eyed missile man. I should have joined the Air Force. Damn it. I could have been an aeronautical engineer. Damn it. Love me a good space plane. Well, you're in luck. Because that's all we do. That's all we do here at Pizza Delivery. We just build space planes. Bet you I can cheat that up a little bit. No, too much. Yeah. Okay, and I bet you we can pull these out. Yeah. Maybe even down. Yeah. What parts mod are you using? I mean, so far, it's the Mark II Plus. The turd or texture universal replacer thing, which changes all the colors and whatnot. And the rest is stock. Yeah, the rest is stock. This is a part of the Mark II Plus. Kind of adds more Mark II parts, which I like the Mark II because it has a really high heat tolerance. And if you're building space planes, the Mark I cockpit, look at that, max temp, garbage. That's garbage max temp. Internal temp 1100, outside skin 2000, garbage. That's trash. Same with the Mark I, trash. The Mark II, 2500. Mark III, 2700. Everything else on here is trash. Except for the command pod, that's 2400, but we're not using those. Command pod 22, that's good. 24, 24, 24, that's good. Everything else is trash, except for the Mark IIs. So this hypersonic cockpit, 2750, based. Based. Well, 1700, that's actually pretty shitty. Inline, 2500, based. 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 And then I guess I got this Mark 2.5. I haven't used it. I don't know if I like it. I think I'm going to uninstall it just because it's not quite right. I could have, but I didn't. I could still join. I'm only 33. I think they raised the enlistment to like 40 or something for the Air Force. I still could. But we're balanced. Look at that. Our center of mass and our center of lift are balanced. Our center of thrust is right on the money. I think we got ourselves a space plane, ladies and gentlemen. It looks weird, but it also looks cool. And the rule of cool supersedes everything else. So we'll do that beige, that green. I want to do that dark gray. And the blue I want to do, let's do black. But not black paint. Let's do like a metallic black. Yeah. Like a Teflon black. Then with the center of lift behind the center of mass, not necessarily. I mean, if you think of it like a marble tied to a string, or like a stick tied to a string. The string that you're holding on to is your center of lift, and wherever you tie that string off is your center of mass. So if you have that string in front of your center of mass of this theoretical stick, hypothetical stick, your aircraft is going to pitch up naturally. If you have the center of lift behind the center of mass, your aircraft is going to pitch down naturally. So you want it just a hair in front of your center. You see how this is? You want it just a hair in front of your center of mass. Right on top of it is good, as long as you have a good control surface, right? As long as your control surfaces are able to manipulate that in flight, you're okay. But as like a natural balance, this is what you're looking for, as well as your thrust. Your thrust needs to be in line with your center of mass. Which, if you look at like a gun, it's right on the money. Now, it doesn't mean that that's how it's supposed to be. That's just the easiest way to build a space plane. I don't know about airplanes, but I do know a lot about building space planes. Reentry is going to be fun. I'm using stock aerodynamics, so it's going to be a lot easier than the FAR. I'm really concerned with the Delta V. Thrust to weight looks okay. It could be better. We're probably going to add... Actually, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to add another pair of engines at the tip of these wings. So fuel tanks. And again, if we go back to the fuel tanks, what's the temperature? 2400 K for these guys. This one, 2000 K. So there's a big difference. I could use this, or I could use one of these and they might burn up. But the Mark II, 2500. So let's try it with these. And we're going to put some rapiers on there. Rapiers are your friend. And now we're going to move it. Make sure it's on absolute. And move it forward a bit. Move it out a bit. Where it's kind of like dangling, you know. And we could probably get away with... Let's see. Can I move that? Oh, it's part of that, huh? I'm going to fine-tune this a little bit here. Yeah, and now this one, we'll move it in. This one, we'll move it in. So it kind of blends. We don't want to see the creases, you know. We can probably move it down even more. There. Nah, we're good there. 41 is the limit. 41 what? What's 40? What is 40? What is 41? 41 what? Beers? Probably. Number of engines? No. All right, see now it's in front. So our aircraft is going to pitch up more. I want to move this back just a little bit. There we go. I probably will. We've been working on this for the last 8 hours. Yesterday was a 5-hour stream. I worked on this and then scrapped it after about 4 hours. So now we're approaching hour 2 today. So about 6 hours. 41 years old? Yeah, that's the limit. That's when I die. Oh, 41 for enlistment. Yeah. So I still got time. You know, if I lose everything and I have nothing else to live for, I might join the Air Force. I'm joking. Now, the Air Force would be cool. I always, the Space Force sounded like a cool idea. But I'm not very good at math. Or at least I'm not very good at algebra, and therefore I'm not good at any math. But I can still do taxes and stock trades like a motherfucker. So I don't know what that means. I think it's just I really hate pencil and paper tests, and I hate sitting in a classroom. I like getting my hands wet, so to speak. I don't like learning the way everyone else learns. And that's apparently a no-no if you're trying to be a cog in a machine. Oh my God, I fucked it. I accidentally hit the reroute. But I can understand orbital mechanics pretty well. I used to have a journal of Kepler and all of his equations and how orbital periods work. And I can understand that. I can conceptualize it. I can write it down. But it's not going to help me ace a test. It's not going to help me pass math class if I understand Kepler's orbital mechanics alone, right? I think that's where the big scam of college comes in. I know, hot topic, but I think for the majority of college, it's a scam, really. And you're talking to somebody who's got 2 art degrees. I understand it's a scam. Make me, why do I need to know math? I get if I need to understand how to do economics and that kind of math, I get. But it was never taught to me. I had to learn it myself. And it's not going to come up on any test that I take. Because it doesn't interest me. I'm not interested in boring shit. I'm interested in things that sparks my curiosity, makes me passionate about what I learn and what I grow from. And it's not going to be some bullshit math test I'm not going to remember the next day after I take it. Yeah, a majority of it is. And college is good if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what you're going for. And it's a great place to exercise your freedoms and learn from other people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you don't know, if you're someone like me, and I'm not saying everybody's like me, but if in my lived experience as a 33-year-old with 2 art degrees, I can tell you most of it is bullshit. Computer science degree, I feel like most of it is paper. Yeah. It's like if you spend enough time on a computer and actually push yourself to learn, you don't need to go to college. In my entire life, I've never had to present my college degree to somebody to prove that I went to college. If you're really good at something, lean into that and figure out a way how to make money off of it. You know, the Joker said it right. If you're really good at something, never do it for free. Like, know your worth, know where you're at, either beginner, intermediate, or not really master, but know where you're at, apply it, learn from it, grow from it. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Miyagi, absolutely. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, you're probably going to waste your time. You're better off going to like a trade school or technical school, or being an idiot like me and learning sales, like business development. Like, get a business degree, because that way you'll understand more about money. It's not necessarily going to be the end all be all, but at least down the line, if you want to start your own business, you know how to do it. I guess that would be it. That's something that like AI can't really take away. Is like, how do you start a business from nothing? And I think that's where AI just doesn't work. It can give you a step-by-step plan, but real life doesn't work like that. Real life doesn't use step-by-step plans, you know? You really got to, with business, you really got to go with your gut, trust your instinct. You got to trust your wisdom, you know, making business plans, decisions. I don't think you necessarily need a college degree, but I can understand where it would help. Like, if you can prove your work and do it without college, I'd say that's just as good. You know, I mean, how many people that are self-taught, like programming in the early days, like when Python was just coming out, you could learn Python in high school or on your own free time using YouTube and other like free sources and still be pretty good. Like, if you can make a program or an app on your own and then show that as your resume, that's perfect. I think that's how a lot of these videographer people on YouTube get hired, is they just edit. If you can teach yourself editing and then you show your work, that's your portfolio. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly, waifu. The semester when I was 18, I dropped out and then worked for 5 years and figured out what I wanted to do and went back to my, yeah. Yeah, I think life, and I think going to college early is a bad idea. I think you need some life experience. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, but what I did was I took 2 years off out of high school just to work. But at the time, I was when I was in high school, and then when I graduated high school, I was studying to be a special effects artist for movies and stuff. So I would learn how to do like dyeing fabric, making the little explosions when you shoot a gun, and like the good guy or the bad guy is hiding behind a wall, and you see those little puffs of smoke. I figured out how to do that. I went to California in LA, and I lived in LA, and I learned about the whole movie making industry. But I didn't need a degree to do that. I just showed up, said I could do something, did it, and then they hired me, and then I was training essentially. I wasn't getting paid very much, but it was still life lessons learned. And then I went to college. And then I found after I'd gained some individual like experience in my life, you know, living on my own right out of high school, figuring life out, and then I went back to it, and then I had a lot more wisdom with the knowledge that I was gaining from college. So like it's not all bad. I'm not saying college is bad. It's just a lot of the time you're going to be forced to do bullshit that is inadequately going to determine your life. And I think that's unfair. And for most people, if they don't know what they're doing, that's a dead end to Debtville. 40K in debt. You're using a sociology degree for handing out coffees at Starbucks. Like that's the trap. But you can go to work at Starbucks without a college degree and get paid the same without all that debt. And that's kind of what I did. I went to community college and got all the knowledge there. And then once I had enough credits, I transferred over to U of H, University of Houston. Hey, spin that fish, big boy. Hell yeah. But yeah, I feel I was usually about 5 years older than most of my peers in college. And they had never been outside of the academia world. They had just been high school, college, and then that was it. So like they were kind of socially lame. Yeah. You've made a good point, Casanova. You made a good point. Like, if you're going to college for accounting, just don't. You might as well just take $40,000 in cold hard cash and then throw it into a bonfire. Don't do it. You can learn accounting on your own. You just have to learn Excel. If you can teach yourself the Excel spreadsheet, you're good. No, that's okay, Mr. Miyagi. I appreciate it. I was kind of rambling and not building a space plane. I'm rambling. I'm a rambling man. But we're going to fix up this space plane a little bit more. I do like the natural pitch forward. That's still good. That's within tolerance. You see that? That means we're going to naturally want to pitch up. Okay. So since we're here, let's auto strut everything down. You know how that goes. I'm going to put a little nose cone on these. Oh, right, the nose cones. So here's another veteran Kerbal Space trick. So let me grab it over here so you can see it easier. So here's a tiny little aerodynamic nose cone. You're going to flip it around. You see all these little green dots, these little green circles? That's going to create drag. Hey, Lesser Bread, what's going on? Oh, dude, that's the best wife ever. She's bringing home pizza. What kind of pizza she's bringing home? Meat lovers? Is she a meat lovers gal? I'm sorry. I just had to make that joke. What kind of pizza you got? What kind of pizza are we delivering? We're going to be delivering left cheese, extra sauce, right extra pepperoni. No cheese on the right. You see what I did there? I put all these nose cones on the back because I hid those little nodes. And the amount of weight that these add versus the amount of drag that you lose is inconsequential. It's actually beneficial. I'm going to tuck them in, make them look nice and cool. There we go. Dude, I love meat. I like meat too. Only my meat because I think just pepperoni was pretty basic. Yeah. Nothing wrong with pepperoni. I mean, if it's a special occasion, spice it up. Pepperoni and jalapenos. My ideal pizza. My ideal pizza is New York style with pepperoni, jalapenos, and mushrooms. I love mushrooms on a pizza. I don't care what anybody says. I've always liked mushrooms on a pizza. It's good. The mushrooms absorb all the flavor, and the mushrooms are good for you. A lot of vitamin D in mushrooms. The larger nose cone? You really think so? Interesting. Don't get me started on pineapple on pizza. I was having a good time. I was having great talking about fun things, and you had to go and mention pineapple on pizza. That, oof. If I wasn't a fair king. Here's the deal with pineapple on pizza. If you like it, that's fine. It's okay if you like pineapple on pizza. Me personally, I think pineapple on pizza tastes exactly and identically like vomit. It tastes like vomit. The sweet sour of the pineapple and the salty savory of the pizza sauce and the toppings and the cheese. It feels like I just threw up in my mouth and I ate it again. That's pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm not going to say you're bad or evil, but I think you're wrong. I do like barbecue pineapple. I do. I like it. It tastes great, especially with barbecue sauce. It's different because barbecue sauce is zesty. Barbecue sauce can be sweet. That's fine. If it's on a kebab, that's fine. If it's next to a steak, that's fine. But on a pizza, no. No, you're wrong. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. And also, another hot pizza take, I don't think deep dish is a pizza. I don't think Chicago deep dish is pizza. I think it's a lasagna that's pie-shaped. There is no difference between a lasagna and a deep dish. It's a pie. Right? Like, it's good. I'm not going to say it's bad. I like deep dish. I just don't consider it a pizza. A pizza is a New York styles pizza. You got to be able to hold on to it. You can fold it, and then it's a calzone. You get what I'm saying? If you fold the pizza in half and you eat it like that, it's a calzone. If the pizza is more than 2 inches thick and you can't eat it in your hand while walking, that's a pie. That is a blackberry pie. That is a cherry pie. That is an apple pie. That is a pizza pie. It's okay, Mr. Miyagi. It's okay. You're in the right space. You're in a safe space. It's okay. I don't think you're bad. I just think you're wrong if you like pineapple on pizza. That's all I'm saying. New York style is pizza. A margarita pizza is pizza. Hell, even a Sicilian or a Detroit is pizza. Sicilian pizza, it's great. It's got a nice little half-inch crust. You can walk with it and eat it at the same time. It's got all the same toppings, minus pineapple. It's just square, and that's okay. It can be square. You can eat a square pizza. Same with Detroit. Detroit's a little bit more bread, but it's basically a Sicilian. I support it, But I also think you're wrong. Yeah. What's a Midwest double? Hold on. What the hell is a Midwest double decker? Is that just an upside down calzone? Midwest double decker pizza. I've never. Stop it. Oh, a tavern pizza. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Two cracker thin crusts. Okay, that, you know, it's weird, but if you can walk around with it, it's still a pizza. Remember, I'm just a talking cat. I'm just a talking cat on the internet. You don't have to take me seriously at all. But you know what? I'd like to see the the Midwest double decker gain popularity. It's not it's not canonized as a pizza just yet because it's so new. But I bet you can get really creative with that design. But don't get too creative because then it becomes a lasagna. The way you layer the cracker thin pizza slice. It's like the party pizzas, you know, where it's like wafer thin and it's cut into squares out of a circle. That's technically a pizza because you can, again, walk around with it and it's shareable. Okay, yeah. You can't put too many toppings on it because then we're entering the deep dish realm. But I can understand how it would work. I would definitely do like an extra pepperoni on both of those and then stack them on top with some like jalapenos in the middle. I think that would be a really good play. I've yet to see a double decker pizza in real life. I've never seen it on a menu. I'm willing to try it. But I'm going to re up on another Brewski Broskies, and we're going to launch this sucker or see if it flies. I don't know. Oh, man. All this talk about pizzas got me hungry. I might have to actually load up a pizza myself. Two layers of toppings are separated by the middle layer of crust. It's like a Big Mac. I see. Super niche. Yeah. I've never heard of it before. I'm gonna have to wait. I want to wait to see if somebody perfects it, and then I'll have that. It feels like that type of pizza is still in beta mode. A beta pizza. Let's see. Can we get some cool colors out of this? Probably. We can do something like that. Let's make it beige for the red. That green, I want to make it red. And that blue, I want to make it gray. Yes, I like that. I'd be all in on a barbecue chicken. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Barbecue chicken pizza is sick. I like the white sauce pizzas. Like the chicken Alfredo pizza is pretty freaking awesome. I've only ever been to like one or two places that does it well because the noodles, they get too dry if you do it wrong and it's just too crunchy. It's not chewy enough. Or the chicken will dry out because they have like pre-cooked chicken that they throw on top. Too much work? Yeah, no. I always I tip at least 20% to my pizza delivery guys. Those are the heroes. They deserve all of it. They're great. Let's do this one. So red, beige. Pump up the details just a little bit. And the green, I think we did a gray. Yeah. Gray, and the blue is going to be like a Teflon black. There we go. Does that make it any cooler? Not really. B-52 is in prototype phase. Oh, right. Your double pouch. Shaboing-oing. Oh, probably something like that. That's not too bad. We tip super good at this Chinese place. We got like once or twice a year. We went last Christmas, tipped $100. Lady worked there, gave me and my wife a big old hug and some cookies too. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but tipping culture exists because we just don't pay people enough, unfortunately. I'm sorry, $2.50 an hour is slave labor. I don't care what you're doing. I think there's only just one color on that. Yeah. Okay. Who's ready for our first test flight? It should work. By all intents and purposes, this should work. I'm gonna wait for the ads. Because we got ads incoming. I'll wait. Thrust to weight's looking good. All right, we should be back. Yeah, I was just noticing the thrust to weight looks pretty good. I think we can make that work. So let's make Val. Let's make it work. Let's see if we can make it work. Ah, I forgot to auto strut half the things. Boring. That's all right. Away she goes. Oh my god, it's so much faster. We use the full runway. We got jail bars. Pitch up. Gear up. Oh. Oh. Look at it go. All right, pitch 12 degrees. Let's drop it down to 7. No wing snap yet. 7.6. I'll take it. All right, let's go ahead and open up that aircraft autopilot. Roll, hold, engage. We're flying. Imagine that. All we had to do was flip the alligator jaws upside down. I'm excited. What's our speed? Oh, fuck. I don't think 7 I don't think 7 degrees is going to cut it. I think we need to pitch higher. But let's hold it. It's naturally pitching up like we want it to. Temperatures are okay. Slightly increasing. %. 70. Heat warning. Pitch up. Heat's dropping. All right. Holy smokes. Fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm going to let these engines kick over naturally because our apoapsis is at 43K. Holy smokes. And that's with a payload, right? That's about 20 tons. And there goes our engines. Great. Perfect. Delta V is looking snappy. Oh my god. We got sonic booms at 34K. $70K Apo. Let's stop it at 100. See if we can get 100. Kablooey. All right. Prograde. I don't have any RCS on board, and I haven't set up the action groups. But as far as test flights go, this is pretty sick. We can disengage that autopilot. Wow. Holy crap, this thing really zoomed. I was impressed. I did not think it was going to go that fast. All right, let's make a maneuver here. Do we have enough to circularize? At 100K, yes we do, sir. 99 by 102. It's going to be in about 2.5 minutes from now. Let's move to maneuver. Again, we don't have any RCS, so this is going to take a while. We do have RCS fuel. We don't have any pods. All right. About 2 minutes now. Let's see if we can fast forward here. Okay, 15 seconds. And we have 11 Rapier engines. It's pretty sick as hell. Go. All right, pretty stable. Stop. 96 by 100. Okay, fine. Do a retro for me. And we still got to clean up the design a little bit. Make it more aesthetically pleasing. That's a pretty freaking big space plane. This is the biggest space plane with the biggest payload I've ever sent into orbit so far. In my 15 years of playing Kerbal Space Program. Jeez, has it really been that long? Let's see. I started playing this game in 2011. I don't remember what month. It was like middle to late 2011. When it was a donation-only game. And I pretty much played almost every day for about 5 or 6 years after. All right. We have 300 meters per second left of Delta V. What if we dropped our weight here? So let's open up this thing. It's kind of wiggling. I don't like the wiggles. We'll fix the wiggles here in a bit. Target angle. Let's unlock it and let's. Does it move up? Yes, it does. Oh, I need to disconnect. Oh, that's going down. I don't want that. Ah! Ah! Recreating B-52 as close as I can. Ah, man. I don't know if KSP likes the B-52. Because the wings are so wide, you won't be able to. Well, the B-52, I don't think it flies at the speed of sound. I think it's subsonic. Anyway, let's undock that. I know we can't move away from it, but we have 488 meters per second. of delta V without a payload. After delivering a payload. So let's say this is hypothetically an upper stage of a rocket. Not the space plane. Yeah. So like hypothetically, this is the upper stage of a rocket with its payload. So that's about 20 tons right there. So at a minimum, we could launch 20 tons into orbit. We will probably have to add more fuel tanks. But the thrust to weight, pretty good. We picked up speed really fast. I don't know. I think with the right attitude, you can put a B-52 into space. Bringing it down, that's a whole nother barrel of fish. But ladies and gentlemen, meet the orbital vehicle shoe bill in all of its glory. All right, that was a pretty successful test. Let's go back to the spaceplane hangar. Okay, so it works. I want to just make it pretty. Let's make it pretty. Oh, and if you haven't seen it, we're going to save. If you haven't seen it, this is the Mallard, which can carry the max payload of the minimum payload of the spaceplane we just flew. And this one is my personal sports car, the Mockingbird. This is basically the sports car of spaceplanes. It goes to space pretty good. It can be an airplane pretty good. But this one's my favorite. 27,000 delta V, can fly around Kerbin Lake. Yeah, so that's essentially a B-52. It can fly around the world without stopping. I think the B-52 needs refueling, but it's still, it can do that. So the Crested Caracara is a special kind of space plane that I built. This one, the wings actually separate in orbit, like so. So the wings are left in orbit while the fuselage and its nuclear engine can go to Duna and come back. And then when it comes back, it can go to Minmus and go to the moon. But when it comes back, it redocks with the wing section that's floating in orbit, and it can do that. This one, the Crested Caracara. Crested Caracara is pretty sick. And of course, yeah, don't save. Of course, we got the Oriole, which is the sister ship of the Crested Caracara. It's a little bit smaller. It's mainly built for Minmus and the Mun, but it has a very fancy adapter on the top here. So if we take this off, and that goes in, this section goes and flies off to Minmus, let's say. Oh, I don't have it. Dang it. Yeah, don't save. I don't have it. I used to have a thing, but the smallest SSTO that can deliver payload is going to be this guy, the Heron. So the Heron has a cargo bay, and it also has a manipulator arm, but we got rid of it for simplicity. And it just has the erector hinge. We figured that the erector is a better concept than having a remote arm to grab things. Yeah, it's the reverse Jedi Starfighter, pretty much. But the Heron doesn't have that. It actually deploys smaller payloads, like these little satellites, little relays, and it can land after it does that. And it also has the ability to dock to a station, unlike the Mallard and the newly created Shoebill. Where'd it go? Oh, right. The Shoebill. Unlike the Mallard, which has a larger cargo bay and can carry more stuff, the Shoebill is now the newest, biggest space plane we have. And all of our launches, all of our payloads, all of our space stations will be launched from SSTOs from now on. No more rockets. Unless we absolutely have to, no more rockets. It's all space planes from here on out. That's pizza delivery for you. So if you haven't subscribed, why not do it? Just do it. I have to pee. I'll be back. Right. So how can we make this thing cooler? Do we need to give it more fuel? I don't know. Don't actually know. Let's give it more weight. Let's really stress test this bad boy. Let's do like let's see, that's fuck it. Max weight. Close, and now let's get some action groups going. So number 1, I'm going to deactivate the control surfaces. Deactivate all controls, 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 and deactivate all controls. And number 2 is going to be activate all controls, 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 activate all controls. I did take some creative liberties with my B-52, but it's working. I'm going to circumnavigate Kerbin flight sim style. Nice. It's actually a lot shorter than you think. If you can beat my record, I will give you $1. My current record from around the Kerbin from runway to the same runway is, I have it written down here. It's written down somewhere here. My record is 29:48. 29:48. 29 minutes, 48 seconds. If you can beat my record using stock parts and no cheats, mission elapsed time only, I'll give you $1. Right. So that's 1 and 2. Number 3, we're going to add that in a second. I'll go over that in a bit. Number 4 is going to be control from this cockpit. So control from here. There we go. Number 5 is going to be automatically manually switching the engines over. So switch mode, switch mode, switch, that one, and that one. I'm going at 241 meters per second and climbing. It's good. You might hit a ceiling at Mach 1, like we have in the past. So keep that in mind. I am also going to auto strut this. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. In fact, I encourage mods for KSP. Just because it increases the longevity of the game. And if you don't know, KSP 2 is a scam. Don't buy it. You'll be wasting your money. Just buy KSP 1 and throw some mods on it. There's so much more you can do with KSP 1. It's a finished game out of the box. You don't have to fiddle with shit. You can just play the game. Yeah, and that's fine too. To make it more relatable, I try to use as little mods that I have installed in my spacecraft or my aircraft. Just because you can follow along. If you follow my build, I mean, I think let's save. I think the Eagle is all stock. Yeah, the Eagle is all stock. There's not a single modded part other than the texture replacer. That's the only thing. And the Eagle only has 3 Rapier engines. I mean, look at that. Thrust to weight, 0.59. It shouldn't fly, but because I'm so good, it flies really well. But I like the Eagle. The Eagle's sick. Eagle's pretty sick. Yeah, I don't want to talk about KSP 2 right now. I've said it before 1,000 times. But you're wasting your money if you buy KSP 2. You should get a refund immediately. Don't do it. Damn, I wish I could recolor that nose, but whatever. It's fine. Do you like the silver on the top, or should I silver on the cockpit, or should I change that to beige? What do you think? I'm going to try. Let's just see what it looks like with beige. What if the main color was beige? That's not bad. We can pull up the details a little bit. Blends in pretty well. I don't know. I kind of like the beige, honestly. What do you think? Should I keep it beige or should I go back to silver? Talk to me, Goose. I'm going to keep it beige for now. I like the golden windows. The gold windows make it look futuristic and sick. All right, now for the rest of the spacecraft. Let's recolor it here. I think I used, yeah, this one. So the red here is going to be beige. Pull up the detail. I don't think, oh, the green is going to be the red line. And the blue, gray. There we go. Beige is good. Yeah, I thought so. I think it blends really nice. It's definitely got like a shuttle vibe going on with the beige. I remember the days when computers were beige. I miss the days when computers were beige. All right, and this one, pull out the detail. Make it look gritty. Nice and gritty. And then recoloring GUI. Again, we're going to do the same thing with the detail. Maybe a little bit. I kind of want to make it look like it's been serviced. So like some parts aren't exactly the same color, and that's okay because that part was replaced with a newer part. You know what I mean? And these space planes, they go to space all the time. So they're going to have soot. They're going to have scratches, scuffs. It's a used car. But it's a muscle. Oh, actually, recoloring. It's a used muscle car that hasn't found out how to quit yet. I like that. That looks sick. Okay, next. What do you think? Should this red part, should we keep it beige or should we go black? I'm thinking this green part can be red. Let's see, beige. The blue's definitely going to be black metallic. A bit more detail. They gonna be dirty. Oh yeah, going to space is dirty work. Space shuttles, they don't look clean. They look used. Like a muscle car without seatbelts. Can you guess what my favorite spaceship is? It might be the space shuttle. And I could talk for hours about the space shuttle. I fucking love the space shuttle. I like that red on the bottom. That's a nice touch. And the gray on the top, that's pretty good. Oh, fuck. I can do this too. Well, that red is definitely going to be beige. Oh, yeah, it looks sick. Oh, yeah, it looks really sick. Beige, beige, beige. The white, I wonder if we can make that like white. And then the blue, obviously, we're going to do black. Can we get any detail out of it? Yeah. All right, maybe. Ooh. Ooh, that's so good. All right. Store pattern. Load pattern. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, that looks sick. What mod does the painting? Turd. 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 The Turd mod. Texture Universal Replacer something. It's on CCAN. But I highly recommend it. After using it a lot, it makes everything look way better. I don't think I could play this game for another 15 years if everything looked boring and white. I need to have colorful spaceships. Oh, wait, right. Load pattern. There we go. Oh, fuck yeah. Load pattern. Oh, yeah. Look at the detail in that bad boy. Oh, that looks like it's been to space. That looks so sick. All right, we are at max weight. I want to make sure that these landing gear don't... okay, heaviest part. That's good. The tri-coupler... We can't change the color on that, so it's just going to have to blend in. The tail. The tail. Yes, the tail. I want... Yeah, let's go with this one. Can we load pattern on the tail? Oh, look at that. Secondary, what if it was red? Yes. Yes. Make the tail just a little bit less detailed. And the mane a little less detailed. Probably not like that. Probably like right in the middle. Yes. And then that one, yes. Yes. All right, yeah, an auto strut as well. Oh, man, that looks so sick. I love the way this thing looks. The shoe bill. We got to slap stickers on it. We got to give it some stickers. Got to give it the old Texas flag. Can we? Nope. Ooh, what if we put it right there? What do you think? Does that look good? Where should we put the flag? Pineapple? No pineapples. No pineapples on this pizza. Where do you think? Right there? Is that a good spot? I think this one you can actually mirror, right? Yeah, I can. Okay. Making sure. Or should I put it over here? Wait, that's flat. Does the 6.2? No. The decals stick better. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's so sexy. I love that flag. Oh, man. I just wish I could flip it around. 'Cause I can't mirror it. What if I remove this one from symmetry? Can I... Oh, no, I can't. Damn it. All right. Well, then, hold on. Let me go back over here. So that's there. That's there. Remove from symmetry. And then we'll add the retro KSP flag because we're all retro here. Oh, yeah, that's sick. Sick. Just make the Texas flag a little bit smaller to fit the size. Yes. Wait. Future waifu, when you're wearing your uniform, does the flag go on the left shoulder or the right shoulder? I can't remember. You're the military guy. I think it goes on the right shoulder. Or it might be the left. I don't know. Future waifu, help. Military regulation uniform. Oh, wait, no, even better. Well, what's the aviation regulation for flags on airplanes? Does the right shoulder? Okay. So I messed it up. That's all right. We'll flip it around. If it's on aircraft, is it still the right shoulder or the starboard? But it doesn't look good. I need to have like one of these. And it doesn't fit. Because the flag needs to be flying in reverse. So we can't put it here, essentially. We got to put it somewhere else. How is it? Hold on. How is it on the space shuttle? Okay, so on the shuttle, the flag is on the left wing. Interesting. And then, oh no, and then they moved it over to the right wing? What? It was on the left wing. But then they moved it over to the right wing. Why would they do that? Funny story. We wear our flags backwards because it looks like the flag is. Yeah. That's my understanding. I get that, but like, why did they flip? Because here, let me show you. Let me show you. So, you see how the shuttle flag, yeah, they threw it wherever they wanted. Yeah, right. You see how on the shuttle, the American flag is on the left wing and USA is on the right wing. Like that's STS-1, right? But then later they did this. Let me see. Later, do you see where the American flag is? It's on the right-hand side now. It's on the right wing. So why did they flip it around? Maybe someone complained? I don't know. I guess we just do whatever we want. I don't know. I guess we just do whatever we want. I want to put it on this side. Yeah. What if we put it? Nah, right here is a good spot. That was a good spot. Scale it down just a touch. Yeah, I don't know either. That's a big space nerd question. Not as much occupancy. Because I want to see it. So remove from symmetry, select flag. Let's go back down to the retro flag. Bada bing, bada boom. Seriously, dude? Fix your fucking alarm. This dude's van has been going off randomly. I think he's sitting on his keys, or his child is playing with his keys. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Maybe we can move it a little bit this way. Yeah, I like that. They get to put the... Yeah. I mean, if you're a shuttle astronaut, I gotta tell you, you have balls of solid tungsten. Like, really, though. Like, space shuttle astronauts versus, like, modern astronauts today, you have to be just beyond fearless to fly in that thing. You have a 1 in 30 chance of everybody dying. And they did it over 150 times. Like, that's insane. 1 million different moving parts, all made by the person who would make it the cheapest. And it has to be reusable. Every single tile, every little thermal tile has to be inspected. Hundreds of thousands of tiles. And they all have to be either replaced or inspected. Most of them were replaced. Like 75% of them would be replaced after every mission. The engines would be swapped out. The toilet would have to be swapped out. Ah, man, the space shuttle. I fucking love it. Yeah. Ah, man, and then it flew down at like 26 times the speed of sound. And then glided like a brick. And then you just touched down on the runway like a feather. That was skill. Whatever happened to that? More detail. More detail, yes. Because the tips, they get hotter faster. Look at that scorch. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that scorch right there. Oh, man, that looks so sick. It's a load pattern on that one. Yes, sir. Probably tuck it in a little bit, huh? Yeah. All right. Monoprop time. Where are we going to put them monoprops? Definitely back here. It's going to be these guys. We'll slap them. Sure. And then the ones in the front. We're not going to any station with this thing. This is only this whole purpose, the whole design is to get to space, drop off its payload and come back. Like there's no sorcery involved. That's just how this works. I want to make that white. Fucking stop. Disconnect your battery. I like that. Can we make this a little bit more rugged? Is that possible? I mean, kind of. We can make that more rugged. We can probably do this like a little less. I don't want to make it as much. But that looks sick. The little streaks. That's sick. Auto strut that. Nice. These wings down here. Is that? Nah, we need to make that darker. We need to open up that recoloring GUI. Red, we're going to do the same. Oh, yeah. Look at that dirt. Look at that soot, boy. That's some good soot. That's some good soot right there. All right, same with up here. Let's do the same thing. Maybe not so much that, but definitely a little bit lighter. And that one's all the way, and that one's all the way. Okay, good. Yeah, look at that soot. I like that soot. That's good soot. I know you. Hey, I know you. You're my local American. What's going on, local American? It's been a minute. You like the space plane? Pizza? I like this space plane. Space plane good. Let's see. Shoe bill. Where are we going to put the shoe bill name? Do we put it on the wings like the shuttle? We put shoe bill back here, or do we throw it over here somewhere? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I just got done eating pizza. It was fucking massive. Not joking. A single piece the size of my arm. Hell yeah. I know a place that does pizza like that. Nice. Well, I hope you had a good Monday. Mondays are... yeesh. Mondays are never fun. I'm just trying to make the most of it. I'm going to be out of town most of the week. So I'm not going to be able to stream as much as I'd like. Plan to go to an esports place on Thursday and play Zomboid. Esports Zomboid? I've never heard of such a thing. It's like $5 for the entire day. Oh, sick. Well, have fun. That sounds like fun. I wish I could have fun. You know what? I think we're ready. We just need to slap the sticker on it. Do we need a sticker on this one? I mean, we all know it's the shoe bill. It's one of one. We all know it's the shoe bill. We also need some parachutes and maybe some air brakes. Open at 2 and close at 9, so basically all day. Nice. Basically. Yeah, let's throw a parachute in the back here. I'll give me one of these. Or maybe one of these. Who needs air brakes? I actually do. This thing is a beast. Air brakes would be with King Control planes. Well, you're right. I mean, we're not going to land on the runway. There's no way. There's no way we're going to do a runway landing on this thing. It has to be a water landing. Because the runway is just going to tear the shit out of our landing gear. As much as we butter that bread, it's not going to be enough. Oh yeah, we all know it's the shoe bill. It's the one of a kind shoe bill. The shoe bill stork. Go ahead, Google it. It makes sense. All right, we're going to do probably 2 more tests. This next test is going to be over 20,000 tons. I don't know exactly how much. The mass right now is 34K. Let's see if we drop all this out. Or at least, 4 tons, right? We can do 4 tons with the orange jumbo. We'll probably do something longer, but it's not about the length. It's about the weight. So, ore tank empty, 34,525. Ore tank full. Why is it still the same? Why is it still the same? Okay, fine. Let's just take this out. What do we got? 34,525, and it's the same. $34,525. Okay, well, whatever that is, however much weight that is, it's pretty fucking heavy. I don't know how much that is. I don't. I really don't. I'm not going to do the math. I'm not a freaking nerd. I just know it's a lot, and we're going to fly it. You can do the math on your own. Again, I say to you, It's over 20 tons. Probably 30 or 40 or maybe even 50 tons. Possibly 60 tons. All right, prison bars, pitch up. Gear up. Pitch. 10 degrees. Shot cones looking good. How's our speed? Real good. Pitch 12.2 degrees. Getting hot. How hot? Pretty good. The RCS block seems to be getting hotter than the rest of the airplane. That's concerning. %64% and rising. Starting to get our heat gauges up. Holy smokes, we're booking it. All right, I can hear it slow down. Let's activate our RCS. Pitch 18 degrees. Apoapsis height 35K. That's 5K less than our last flight. And switch over. Perfect. All right, we're going to hold this. And let's hunt for that 30-degree mark. Not much hunting. We're already there. Apoapsis height 56K and going up. $70K. All right, I'm stopping at 85K. We have 455 meters per second of Delta V left. Let's go ahead and deactivate our control surfaces and move towards our prograde. Not too shabby, neighbor. .96 by 84. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. 80 by 88. Let's trim it out. 83 by 86. There we go. It's going to cost most of our Delta V, but again, once we ditch the payload, and again, this is max payload. This is the heaviest that we can put into orbit right now. Whatever that number is, that's what we can do. All right, minute 37 seconds left until our burn. Let's check out our RCS. RCS seems to be working okay. Minute 15 till our burn. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Go. Stop. 88 by 85. Delta V left, 56 meters per second. Now hold on. And I'll make that an action group later. So we made it to space. What is our Delta V after the fact? And target angle, let's make it 16 degrees. All right, it's locked. Unlock. And undock, why not? 105. That is what we need to deorbit. It'll have to be a very precise deorbit, but we can definitely glide down to the runway if we need to. All right. Okay, one more test. We have to do a full flight test. A full flight test. So I'm going to put that on half this time. The Rockomax Jumbo is going to stay the same. Now close that. Perfectly calculated. Yes. I used the force. Time divided by... Yes. We'll make 7 to open the bay doors. Then we'll do all that stuff. Okay. We're going to save and then leave. We're going to make it daytime so we can actually see it better. Oh, it's foggy. Do it again. There we go. I don't want to launch in fog. All right. Los Gates. Still a little wiggly. We'll probably just auto strut the rest of those tanks. Break. SAS. I don't know why you're doing that. Why are you doing that? Here we go. Let's see. Can we rotate? Oh shit, we can. Fuck yeah. What's our pitch? Perfect. Pitch perfect. Pitch 12. Let's try and drop it down a little bit here. There we go. Seeing that heat. Might be another set of landing gear at the back. Ships could slide when they wheels are overstressed. Yeah. I could also probably make them a little bit wider. Also, what's up, Effusive Stoic? I haven't seen you in a minute. How's it hanging? Those are temps. Ooh, 75. Oh, no, it's dropping down. All right. I can hear the engine spool down. Steady as she goes. Yes, sir. And kick over. Pitching up. 41K Apoapsis. 45. And let's stop her at 85K. Boom. Prograde. $85K is a good standard for space planes to circularize. Because then once I detach the payload can have its own engine and fuel system and propulsion and all that jazz. So we can get into a higher orbit before we kick off into another planet or interplanetary. It's this space plane. Like, what are its limits? That's what we're doing. Took me 2 hours mission time to get halfway around Kerbin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, depending on what speed you're traveling at, if you're traveling at Mach 1, it's gonna take you about 4 hours real time. Maybe more. There we go. What was that, 86 by 84? Yeah, I could take that. 565 meters per second left. We have a 375.7 meter per second burn. We are outside of the atmosphere now, so we're going to move to that maneuver. And I never even used the autopilot, so this thing's pretty stable. I think it's a lot more stable than the Mallard, honestly. That's really impressive. I like this thing. This is probably one of my favorites right now. This is based on how freaking big and reliable it is. $270, yeah. Yeah, subsonic, yeah. It's probably going to take you about 5 or 6 hours if you sit there in game. You'll do it in about 5 or 6 hours. All right, 20 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Punch it. Kill it. Retro. $85 by $86K. All right. So, nothing broke. That's good. Just like the space shuttle, we're going to face retrograde preemptively. We're going to open up these payload bays. Oh my god. I got spit. Went down the wrong pipe. Okay. Disconnect. Next. Nope. Target angle. Let's say 19 degrees. Motor unlocked. Erection bay is erecting. The space shuttle now has an erection. Okay. Undock. Let's presume that this is a fully functional payload. We're just going to move away from it. What's our delta V? 328. I couldn't ask for more. That's perfect. Probably add some lights in the payload bay. Absolutely. We got ads starting here in about 50 seconds. So before I continue this mission, we're just going to enjoy the view. Enjoy the view. That's an order. $30 till ads. I'll wait. I'll wait. God, I always hated it when a teacher said that in class. And all the kids were rowdy, and I'm just sitting there trying to pay attention, and everyone else is fucking shitting around. And the teacher just goes, I'll wait. God, it made me still. I hate that. All right, and we should be back. We should be back. So, let's close up that cargo bay. Nice. And let's move a little bit away from this doohickey. Okay, retrograde, we're there. Let's make the KSC our target. And 329 meters per second. I want to burn here, right about here. I want to burn 100 meters per second. Right on the money. And what does the trajectories tell us? Yeah, we could do it. I bet you we could pull it back some since we don't have air brakes. Right? That should be good. That should be good. Yeah, because we'll write it out. I did not include a reentry computer. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I forgot about the reentry computer. The reentry computer is a little probe core that I add somewhere inside the space plane that has a pitch down by about 10 degrees or so. And when I control from that point, it's going to hold the prograde marker. and it'll give us a natural pitch up so when we re-enter the atmosphere, we're not going too hot. But I think I can cowboy it. I think I can cowboy it. It is, yeah. That's another veteran space Kerbal Space move is you put a probe core inside and it creates a natural pitch point, I guess. Yeah, no, please steal the idea. I want people to play this game better. I see too many people play this game bad and then dismiss it. But I just put, I don't know, 30 tons into low Kerbin orbit with a space plane. Most people do it with like ridiculous rockets. Ridiculous rockets. Ugly rockets. No, we reuse our rockets here. We use space planes here at the pizza delivery company. 3, 2, 1. Hit it, Chewie. Stop. Prograde. No, it's not. In fact, space planes are really hard. Fun fact. I just make it look easy. And come to think of it, the only parts that aren't stock on this thing is the air scoop. That's a Mark II Plus part. Everything else on this space plane is stock. Now that I think about it. SSTO? Yes, STO. An SSTO that can do 30 to 45 tons into lower Kerbin orbit. Hey, have a good night, Beetle Rock. I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I've been playing this game for nearly 15 years. I got a thing or two. I got a nugget of wisdom here and there. All right, so we're on our way back home. Let's check that. The bullseye says we're going to land about there. That's good. I want to land in the ocean. I'm aiming for the ocean right outside the KSC because I know this thing isn't going to survive the runway. The runway is just too hard. So we're going to do a water landing. I'm expecting these engines to break off as our first attempt, but if they don't, that's great. I'm going to switch the engines over to air breathing mode, and we're going to do, let's say, you know what? Let's say 10 degrees of pitch right about here. And this is another mod that, one of my top 5 mods. A must-have mod for KSP is Kerbal Engineer. You have to have Kerbal Engineer. It gives you so much more data. It gives you so much more information to help you build what you want to build. And I don't write any of this down normally, but I feel it. And I feel like this is correct, and then we iterate it, and then we go back, and then we try it again, and we look at the numbers, and if the numbers are the same, then nothing's changed. But if the numbers move in a positive way, then that's good. You know, the usual stuff. You got to watch me land this thing. Come on, we're in the re-entry phase. You got to watch me see this thing land. Channel, I can change altitude between sea level and radar ground altitude. Yeah. Oh yeah, you just press this little button. And that's land. And that's sea level. That's radar. That's GPS. All right, we're pitched up way too high. We're going to pitch way the hell down. 10 degrees at most. At most. That way it'll bleed off speed, but not too much speed where you're encountering high G's. And if you do high G stuff, your wings might snap. You might pancake into the atmosphere and go into a flat spin. I've done it before. I've done it all. It's happened to me. We're still sitting pretty at 15. I don't understand. I want to go lower. And you see, this is where the reentry computer comes in, because the atmosphere wants to naturally pitch up, but if we have it, actually, I don't have a pitch hold on the aircraft autopilot, which would make sense. What about Smart ASS? No. What about approach and land? Glide slope? Okay. No, that's not going to give me anything useful. Let's reactivate our control surfaces. There we go. We're wiggling. Jiminy. Oh, yeah, we're just going to cowboy this thing back down to earth. Surface pitch? I missed it. Where did it say surface pitch? Oh, surf pitch. Oh, cool. Surf. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. Pitch 10. Execute. Oh, you smart man. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Roll 0, yes. There it is. Oh, you're so smart. So yeah, this is one thing I love about this game. You love learning. Learning's good. And the Kerbal Space community just loves learning and loves teaching. If I can teach you something about this game, that's great. All right, 10 degrees. That's exactly what we want. Coming down. Thermal percentage. It's all right. It's okay. I don't know where we are, though. Looks like we just crossed the desert peninsula and we're heading on to our destination. We gotta land it. It's not a space plane if we can't land. Oh yeah, me too, Beetle Rock. Thanks again for the recommendation. I think it's still Truck Fighter, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. I think last year on Spotify, I listened to over 250,000 minutes. And the year before that, I listened to, I think, 220 or 210,000 minutes. I'm always listening to music. I'm always open to new music, new ideas, fun stuff, good stuff. Sometimes bad stuff. Depends on how much I've had to drink. 5/8 of the way around Kerbin's equator, and I still have 43,000 meters per second at LSV. Yeah, I mean, as slow as you're going, that'll do it. I mean, I'm not claiming to be EJ the SA. I really like that guy. I've been watching him since he started streaming. He's great. I love him. He's a fun guy. I like his cars. But I'm pretty smart too. All right, there's the KSC right below us, if you can see it. What's our speed? 19K. You see, that's why I want air brakes. That's why I want air brakes. You know? Because then I can slow down even more. At 19,000 meters per second, or 1,900 meters per second, it's tough. I can't do anything. If I try to roll out of this, it's going to be bad news bears. We're going to flat spin. Things are going to break off. At this point, I am helpless. I am powerless to do anything other than to wait for my speed to drop down good enough. And you can see our critical thermal percentage is at 58%, and it's not going any higher than that. 10 degrees pitch is ideal. That's right, Beetle Rock. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're not going to make it to the runway, obviously. We're going to try to see if we can do a corkscrew and then power our engines back up. And then power glide close to the KSC. We're not going to the KSC. The Jeb maneuver? Oh, you bet your bottom dollar this can do a Jeb maneuver. Just not today. That's probably for next time. We'll test it some more. We'll probably do 2 more flights. And then we'll be ready to start doing some Eve payloads. And that's what I want to do on Sunday. I want to launch the Eve space station. Split S, we could probably do a split S. Right now we can do a split S. If I just turn that off. There we go. RCS is still in line good. We got like 20 different sonic booms going off. Yeah, let's attempt a split S. And without the reentry computer, this is a little bit more difficult, but I can cowboy it. Oh shit, that's exactly what I was worried about. Prograde, come on. Find it. Find it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. Without that reentry computer, it's a lot harder to do any fancy maneuvers. Come on, cowboy it. All right. Don't stall. Don't stall at 19,000 meters. RCS off. Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Pulling them G's. Oh, and that's all of our fuel. Yep. Okay. Well, we can't do any more turns because we'll bleed off too much speed. So we have to just kind of commit to the dive. And once we get down to the right altitude, we'll flare. We'll do a pre-flare, and then we'll pop the chutes, and hopefully we'll land in one piece. Yeah, I probably could have done that burn a little bit sooner. Still good. We're still good. Nothing broke, right? Nothing broke. All right, we got a little bit of flippy roundy action. Look at that son bitch. Look at that son bitch flying through the air like that, like a witch. That son bitch flying through the air like a witch. All right, we're kind of level. Let's dip down. I want to get down. I want to go down. I don't want to stall. Stall equals death. Unless. How fast are we going? 140? Yeah, that's terminal. No more maneuvers. Okay, pitch. Let's do a practice flare. Good. Good flight level. Don't say Columbia time. That's bad. That's bad luck. Just scatter water so it's not concrete. Yeah. Yeah, with big airplanes like this, you have to land on the water. The ground is way too hard. Unless you're hitting the runway perfectly. Parachute. Pre-flare. What are we looking at? 50K, 40K, stall, retard, retard, retard. Oh, look at that. Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? G freaking G. Wow. It does. It does. It floats really good. There's a lot of volume inside. No, you're not. There's no way. Oh man. But yeah, if you're new here, I do post the VODs on my YouTube channel. One day I'll make them better, but right now I'm just posting the whole stream. One day at a time, you know. One day at a time. It works. The space plane works. The shoe bill works. we are guaranteed to stream Sunday. Friday, maybe? Maybe Friday. We could probably do a Friday stream. Nico Niners. Oh, man. Nico Niners, welcome. You missed the biggest and heaviest space plane we've ever put into orbit. And we just landed. We just landed. Valentina's going to walk out with her fishing pole and she's going to start fishing, waiting for backup. Oh, yeah. Nothing broke. We're good. We are good. It is a landing. But let's see. Hold on to your butts. Thank you. It was pretty buttery. But hold on to your butts. Let's raid somebody here. Let's see. Who's a good streamer? Who's a good streamer? Hold on. We're going to say hi to... Yeah, Kitty's Arcade. All right, everybody. Let's do some retro gaming. Peace out, Girl Scouts.